I left the city just before dusk. The highway bled into dirt roads, then gravel. I had the windows cracked, letting in the early October air, a little wet, a little sweet. The GPS signal flickered a few times, but always returned just in time to assure me, "You're almost there." I was driving to escape, more than to arrive. Work had been unbearable, family, distant, and lately, I've been having this recurring dream. A house in the woods, empty, except for me, watching myself sleep inside it. I'd woken up sweating 3 nights in a row, and then I found the listing. A peaceful guest house just outside Glen Ridge, secluded, quiet, reset your mind. The pictures looked unreal. Cozy wooden beams, antique lanterns, lace curtains. And most of all, that same porch swing I'd seen in my dream. I booked it instantly. The road ended at a wire fence. Beyond it, trees, an open field, a bit of fog. No house. I blinked, refreshed the map. Still said, "You've arrived." I stepped out, confused, and stood there, engine running. Then I heard it with creaking. I turned around, and just like that, the house was there. Like someone had dropped it behind me while I wasn't looking. It was exactly as in the photos, but older, grayer, not neglected, just timeless. 2 floors, sloped roof, faded white paint. The porch swing moved, though there was no wind. I should have been alarmed. Instead, I felt drawn. I killed the engine, grabbed my bag, and walked toward the porch. The door opened before I touched it. Not wide, just enough to suggest permission. Inside was warm, dusty but warm. The air smelled like old paper and dried flowers. Floorboards creaked under my boots. Everything felt preserved. There was a table with a note. "Mr. Langford, heat's on, water's warm. Please don't go upstairs." My full name. I never told the host my full name. I sat down, tried my phone, no bars. Wi-Fi network, nothing. No TVs, no clocks. Just a room that felt older than I was. I wanted the first floor, old books on the shelves, none newer than 1975. A kettle that started whistling the moment I looked at it. I poured tea and sat by the fireplace. It lit on its own. The flame moved like it knew it was being watched. I was too tired to be scared, too numb from the drive and the world behind me. Around 11:30 p.m., I heard the swing creaking again. Except this time it wasn't outside. It was down the hall. I followed the sound. There was a narrow hallway off the kitchen I hadn't noticed earlier. At the end, a door painted shut, but behind it the swing creaked. Slow, rhythmic. I backed away and returned to the living room. The note was gone. In its place, a photograph of me pouring tea. From a distance, like someone had taken it moments earlier. I searched the room. Nothing. Nobody. Then the fireplace flickered and I heard it. "Please don't go upstairs." But it wasn't a voice in the room. It was a whisper inside my head. Clear, precise. Not hostile. Not kind either. Just a warning. I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard footsteps above me. Deliberate, slow. 1, 2, 3. Then silence. I tried to ignore it, but around 2:30 a.m., I snapped. I crept to the staircase. Each step up felt colder than the last. At the top, darkness. I turned on my phone flashlight. Weak, flickering, as if the air itself resisted being lit. 3 doors, one open. Inside, a room of photographs. Dozens, maybe hundreds, all pinned to the walls. All of the house. Some in black and white, some in color, some recent, some ancient, and in each one, a person, different people, always alone, always inside the house. Then I saw the most recent one, me, taken from above, lying in the downstairs bed. Timestamp, October 4th, 2025, 3:01 a.m. My phone said 3:01 a.m. Behind me, the door creaked. I spun around, heart pounding. The door behind me had opened by itself again, but this time there was someone there. At first I thought it was a mirror. The man standing in the doorway looked just like me. Same face, same posture, same clothes. Except his eyes were different. Mine were panicked. His were calm, studying as if he'd been expecting me. I took a step forward. He stepped back. I stepped back. He stepped forward. Then he smiled and closed the door. I rushed to it, yanked it open, but the hallway was empty. I ran back down the stairs. The living room was dark. Fireplace cold. The photo on the table gone. The clock on the wall ticking. I swear it hadn't ticked before. Time, 3:46 a.m. I hadn't seen a working clock in this house until now. I picked up my phone. No signal, but one new notification blinked on screen. Don't follow him. You're not ready. The message vanished before I could take a screenshot. I walked to the kitchen. The hallway off to the side, still there. The door at the end, open now. No swing, no creaking. Just darkness. And a light, glowing faintly from the floor. Not overhead, underneath the floorboards. I leaned down, pressed my ear to the wood. A voice whispering my name, over and over, sometimes slow, sometimes like a scream stretched thin. Daniel, Daniel, Daniel. I backed away, but the house didn't want me to. The hallway behind me was gone, the living room gone, just walls, endless wood, and that voice. I ran until I couldn't breathe, but the house folded in on itself. Every door led back to the same hallway. Every window showed the same trees, the same swing, swaying. Time began to break down. I checked my phone, 3:55, then walked 5 minutes, still 3:55. Then it would jump to 3:12, then 2:03, then forward again. Time wasn't passing. It was looping, or worse, rewriting itself. I found myself back in the room of photographs. Now there were more of me, in different poses, different expressions. One showed me crying, another laughing, one showed me watching myself sleep, exactly like the dream I'd had before ever coming here. I snapped. I kicked open the nearest window, but outside was wrong. The trees didn't sway. They pulsed. The fog wasn't moving, it was alive. It pressed against the glass like breath. I screamed for help. No echo. No sound beyond my voice. Then I saw lights. Headlights. A car pulling up the gravel road. I bolted to the front door. It opened. I ran outside barefoot, stumbling across the gravel. The car door opened. A man stepped out, waved, smiled. It was me, again, older. He said, "You're still fighting it, huh?" And opened the trunk. Inside was my bag, my boots, my phone. I hadn't brought a trunk bag. I turned to run, but the house was gone. So was the road. I woke up in bed. Same guest house. Same sheets. Except now, there was a mirror on the wall. I got up, walked to it. My reflection smiled before I did. Then whispered, "Check your pocket." I reached into my hoodie. A note, crumpled. Same handwriting as before. You've been here before. You'll be here again. But next time, try the attic. I looked up. There was a hatch in the ceiling. I hadn't noticed it before. And I knew, somehow, that if I opened it, I'd find him, the one I kept seeing, the version of me who never left. I took a step back, but behind me, the door shut itself. A new note appeared on the mirror. Your stay has been extended.